All right, what's going on, you guys? Brian here with a quick SmackDown recap, recapping everything that went down on tonight's episode of SmackDown, coming off the heels of the Royal Rumble this past Sunday. What would be the fallout? Would we find out the answers from either Edge or Bianca Belair as far as which champion they're going to be choosing to face at WrestleMania? Plus a whole bunch more. So let's just get into it. We heard from Universal Champion Roman Reigns, who basically said he wants an answer from Edge by the end of tonight, or he wanted an answer from Edge by the end of tonight's episode. We saw, let me check my notes here. We had Dominic Mysterio defeating King Corbin. We heard from Big E, who had a huge Intercontinental title defense in a triple threat match on tonight's episode against Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews. We had Cesaro picking up another big victory over Daniel Bryan via submission when he put Daniel Bryan in the sharpshooter after hitting the big swing, or the giant swing, and locked him in the sharpshooter, and Daniel Bryan submitted or tapped out. So a big win for Cesaro. We heard from Bianca Belair twice on tonight's episode. The first time was in an interview. The second time would be in an in-ring promo where she was going to answer who she was going to be challenging at WrestleMania. But before she could, here comes Reginald, Carmella's sommelier. Here comes Carmella. Here comes Sasha Banks. And the segment would end with Bianca Belair whipping Reginald with her ponytail. And that was pretty much it. We also saw Bayley defeat Ruby Riott in one-on-one action. We had a Sami Zayn interview. We saw Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode defeat Otis and Chad Gable in tag team action. During this match, the Street Profits, who are still wanting a rematch with Ziggler and Roode for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, they were doing commentary backstage, so there was no Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary for this match. We heard from Hulk Hogan, WWE Hall of Famer, who talked about how it was 33 years ago today that his infamous match with Andre the Giant, when he defended the WWE Championship on the main event, and that whole controversial matchup that would set up the WrestleMania tournament that would see Macho Man Randy Savage winning and becoming the undisputed WWE champion. He also talked about who Edge should challenge at WrestleMania. Then we had Big E successfully defending the Intercontinental Championship in a triple threat match against Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews when he pinned Apollo after hitting the big ending. So that was pretty much it for that one. And then in the final segment, we had Edge and Roman Reigns. Edge came out first, cut a promo. Here comes Roman Reigns, along with Jey Uso and Paul Heyman. He would then tell Jey Uso to go back to the bus. He'll meet him at the bus, or his private bus or whatever it is. And he basically asked Edge, he wants an answer, and he basically says the same thing that he always says: acknowledge him, say he's the champion of Edge's choice, say my name. And before Edge could even answer, Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere and delivers a stunner to Roman Reigns, and SmackDown goes off the air with Edge leaving the ring without answering which champion he's going to challenge for. So that pretty much wraps it up for this week's episode of SmackDown. As far as tonight, I mean, it was just another episode of SmackDown. I mean, they're doing a lot of teasing. Before I forget, I do want to send my condolences to the family of Hacksaw Butch Reed, who passed away today, or it was reported that he passed away at the age of 66. So my condolences go out to his family and friends. A man who has held championships and has had a legendary career as far as other places, as far as WCW. He's held championships in the NWA, Mid South, USWA. He had an okay career in the WWE, but it's another sad loss for the professional wrestling world. So my condolences go out to his family and friends. Um, so yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you guys watched tonight's episode of SmackDown, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. This has been my recap of what took place on tonight's episode of SmackDown. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.